Stab me with that fork. See what the fuck happens. Come at me like this with a fork. You tell me you're trying to brush my hair. No, I don't have no hair. Stop telling them to brush my hair. I don't have fucking hair. Jason, brush your own hair. I don't have hair. Daddy's bald. Huh? I'm not grumpy. Come at me with a fork looking like you're trying to stab me. You'd be grumpy too. I think I'm gonna quality this map. Yeah, that was a great idea. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. Well, it gave item quality, it gave more item rarity, gave more pack size to monsters, but it also increased all the other modifiers that were on it by a little bit. Yeah, so in total, this is what this tier 8 map that we're going to run looks like. 78% item quantity, 35% item rarity, 22% pack size with a 20% quality. Players are cursed with vulnerability, 20% more monster life, 19% increased monster damage. Monsters cannot be stunned. 20% monster chaos resistance, 30% monster elemental resistance. So, in other words, this map's gonna be, kind of hard. And it happens to be an iceberg map, so you can imagine motherfuckers gonna be freezing us all the time. Yeah. Oh, you're all good. I'm sitting here smoking my nicotine.
Now, if I'm smart, sometimes I am. Currency first, quality that fucker on is cheap. Yeah, 4, get up there. Then we blast this motherfucker. And we get, when you deal a critical strike, you know the funny thing about that? I don't deal critical strikes, fucker. Reduced charges. And it increases my armor. And that's cool. So I get 3,000 armor for using the flask and 93% increased armor during the flask. I think that's going to be some armor now. Looking the player.
We did a little bit of mapping with him, but once you figured out that he was like a little bitch that could be poked by a toothpick and die, you were like, fuck this guy.
Like, the chick's the same way.
Yeah, honestly, we don't make characters that aren't like that. We just kind of like, you know, follow that rule number 1. Pro tip number 1, you know, just don't get hit. Yeah. You can't. You. Oh my God, are you fucking for real? Like, we just walked in here and this monster is sitting here. I need a second to summon my minions, man. Don't go in here yet. It's bad.
I can't, actually.
What do you mean you can't?
I've tried this before.
You can't go in my portal?
Correct. Yeah,
So you cannot go in this map. It's tier 8, bro. Oh. Alright, well, I'll pick you up on the next one, I guess. And I'll do a lower tier one. Sounds good. Apparently. There, you do. I didn't know that.
Yeah, once you make it to the Atlas fight, you can't play with your friends. No.
That doesn't make sense.
Right. Somebody want to play with their friends. Right.
Yeah, that's exactly why I don't like that one game. That Zach's always like going off about. Fucking you know what game I'm talking about, bro. Come on. Fuck. And you like you have to like collect souls and shit from killing things, and you can beat you. Yeah, Dark Soul or something. No, not, I don't know. I don't think it's Darksiders. It's the other one that's kind of like that. Maybe it's Darksiders. I don't fucking know. But you gotta like run around and like kill a whole bunch of shit, but the shit like can kill you almost instantly all the time, no matter how your build is set up. It is. Dude, the game is horrible. Like, I can't stand the fucking game, and he had me playing it for like a month with him. And I was like, dude, this game is trash. And he's like, you just suck at it. Like, okay, whatever, I don't care. I just suck at it. Like, what the fuck is the point of armor if the only way to actually survive is to dodge everything? Why? Oh my god. So that means that if you go and get the witch bitch that does the cursing and shit, you could like hop right up in here. But like, do you want me to run you through Act 10 real quick? Oh, I'm gonna make a couple characters in League. It's just they're all gonna be necromancers. Yeah, you're like, I'm bored of this guy. What can he do? Well, he does this. It was cool a week ago. Now it's just getting old. You did do a lot of shit with him.
Yeah, he was doing good. Shit, man, that sucks. My elements aren't capped. I thought, shit,
I remember why you quit with that character. Because you kept getting one-hitted on Act 10. You couldn't even finish Act 10 because of how fucking weak your character was. Yeah. Yeah, literally, like, that's what it was. You couldn't even finish Act 10 because of how shitty your resistances were. And you were getting pissed at it. I remember. You were getting hella pissed at it.
That's why all my other characters have been losing gear, and I don't know why.
That's a possibility, yeah.
I got hit, and like stuff started going down, but then the next trap went off and my shit came back. I like Tinker's Stick.
No, it wasn't because you were too weak. It was because it took too long for the traps to set off.
I remember that part, me not liking that.
And you didn't like it. Because you didn't like that.
So all go off at the same time. See, that is random. That up here. Why did I get that like this? I'm wearing fucking flesh and stuff. You know I did that a few times on those other characters.
I was like, why am I not blinding them?
And I remember that this whole strength thing just drives me on my fucking mind. So
Stop it with your red swirly shit. That kills me. Oh, and I figured out what I'm going to be putting on my skeletons. Because I was undecided on what things I was going to put on them for gems. I'm going to put the Ice Bite support, so if they turn into an Ice Mage, they gain the Frenzy charges. I'm going to put the Innovate support, so if they turn into a Lightning Mage, they gain Innovate, which will boost their lightning damage. And I'm going to put Combustion support, so if they turn into a Fire Mage, they deal just that much more fire damage. So I'll have like a little bit of a bonus for each one. So only if they turn into that specific type of mage will they get that specific type of thing. But I'm guaranteed basically with each cast to have at least one of each type of mage. So, and since I'm turning all of my skeletons into mages, you know, it'd be nice. And then I'm gonna put the what the fuck ever, the elemental proliferation on it. And those are going to be the 4 that I rock with it. You see, I was either going to do that or I'm just going to like boost flat damage, so it's all the way around no matter what with them, like I did with my phantasms. But those guys, the skeletons are more of a support for me. The phantasms is where the actual damage comes from.
Oh yeah, those guys are all got piercing on it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this character could have done
Way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
I'm just not used to making a fucking shadow.
Well, I don't even think it's that, dude. Yeah. I remember that was one of the issues with it.
Because it looks like I've been working on this character.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a career, too. $2,400.
Yeah. You're rocking. Me? 20. I got 2,400, I think it is, without my discipline. I'm rocking with my discipline active. Here, let me figure it out right now without my discipline and with it. Alright, with it, I'm running 2,915 life You know, so technically 2,916 because I'm CI. Without it, I have 2,316, so 2,317 without my discipline.
How much
I gained like 600 energy shield off my discipline.
Okay. And the number's sitting at... You said 2,900? That's what you're at?
Yeah, I get like 600 with the energy shield.
That's not too bad. Dude, I got 24. Yeah, I don't feel like that. Alright, wasn't I gonna take... Was I gonna take this character? Well, I had that thought after. Which person? I know I want to take this one, Eldritch Battery, from Mom. Someone said, because Mom takes from your mana pool, right?
Yeah.
If you take Mom and Eldritch Battery, it takes from your energy shield.
Yeah.
So basically all I would do is be using energy shield for my skills. I could reserve 100% of my mana. And Mom would take from the energy shield instead of energy shield taking the full blunt of the attack. Is that smart though?
Well, you're using Eldritch Battery just makes it where your energy shield protects you. You use it as your mana.
Right.
And I was actually thinking about doing that with my next Necromancer, using my health as my pool and my energy shield as my mana, and then use my mana as a reserve.
Right, then you can do the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know how that will work out. I kind of feel like it'll be okay because of Tinkerskin's mechanics. Because, yeah, I get health and energy shield every time these missions go on. I think it'll be okay. Only because right now, I'd be gaining health only that my health is
We've been in the light cage for about 15 minutes or so. I think it's time to start to do a few challenges with the lion. I think that's going to make things a lot more interesting. Just like last week, we're going to go through a challenge one by one. Leave the challenge, get to stay.
And all I would do is 1 point for them like right by Mom. So I think I should go move over to get battery.
Get ready to take a nap.
And I'll just stay with the strength challenge.
The first challenge is touch the lion challenge. Can you visit that? Is that allowed? Yeah, so the challenge is where you go and touch it. Anywhere? Anywhere, yeah. Are we allowed to do that? Can we touch the lion? We can. Yeah. I've been around them for several years and I would recommend it. Well, he said we should do it. I don't think that's at all what you said, right? He didn't say don't do it. I said I would not recommend it. It sounds like we should do it. Challenge number 1, touch the lion challenge.
He said, I wouldn't recommend doing that. It doesn't mean no, don't do it. It just means I wouldn't recommend it.
Oh yeah. I saw another guy do the traffic thing. He went with the purifying fire. The thing my Templar is currently using. To like consecrate grounds everywhere, like fire is going off all the time. But I'm not spec for fire. Really all I'm spec to is the shock though. If I spec for shock and I use another element, I still shock, yes?
No, you have to do lightning damage to shock.
Out of my passive triggers, what is it? Pretty sure I've only taken 1 plus. That's That's just the whole character's thing, because he was going to shock. I've taken one fucking wheel to shock. That's one of my main problems. Oh, look at that over there! Oh, look at that too.
So I did that map.
Nicely done.
No, it wasn't. But I did it.
From my passive skill, I have 15% chance to shock.
From the big freezer or the little one?
I have to have. Burn dash.
Dude, that's a basic mechanic in the game. You have to do the type of damage to get that type of ailment to pop off.
Rain dash has 15% chance to shock.
Yes, it may have a chance to shock, but you have to deal lightning damage to actually apply that chance.
Okay. Do you think 7 to 165 would be enough to get it done?
Probably.
Because I
Yeah.
stacked crazy flat damage all over this character. Okay, why was I caring about that? Beholder flame. Okay. Anything slapped here. Let's see, support a fire trap. No, those aren't the boots. My boots are wrong.
These boots are made for walking.
God damn, these boots suck balls. Big old balls.
Big
Take
balls.
this fish's life and mana if you've killed this. I don't do that.
Wow, I can't believe we did it. Challenge 1 is down. 3 bodies still standing in the lion cage. What's challenge number 2?
Yeah, honestly, I can't believe we all touched the line.
Yeah.
I'll have to grab those other boots and then contest this.
Well, it's you got like claws or like
Alright, let's finish it.
come out. This thing is
You ran that faster than I could run something in campaign.
step things up a notch because we were gonna bring
Yeah.
Robbie into this cage
People run
and see what
maps
happens.
and like
No, you can't bring Romy into the cage of the lion.
How big is that number?
So wake up and be hungry. We don't want the lion hungry part of the lion.
3, 4, 6, 7, 9. Oh, it's only 242 million XP
for your next level.
for my gem to be level 20 for this ring to actually eat it.
Oh,
Cause I still,
if you're trying to be in power and shit like that.
dude, I don't. Just. And I only need about 12 million more XP for it, and then it will actually level. So just to clarify, I'm cool to keep running maps. You're gonna get that guy 2 maps, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You know why it takes like a week to level a gem to level 20? Because the last 2 levels are the same amount of experience needed as the first 18. Basically. That's what it feels like anyway.
Oh, I thought you looked it up like we do that.
No, that's just factual opinion. It is literally my opinion. That's why it takes so long. Because of the simple fact that, like, you need so much XP. Like, the percent amount jump is insane from level 18 to level 19.
I mean, that's kind
I know, next league, I'm gonna have such a good necromancer. Eventually. Oh, and if people didn't know, next league is gonna be like 4 weeks or so. Ish. Somewhere around there. In case anybody was wondering, all you diehards out there. But yeah, man, fucking, it's fucking sweet, man. Hey, unique. I wonder what that one is. Well, I didn't even really look at it. Oh yeah, I think that one's what is that one called? We've looked at it before and said we didn't like it. It's a fucking pure armor. I think it's like a spiked greaves or something. Can't remember. The Bramblejack. It's Bramblejack.
Oh, they're faded, right?
I don't know if it's faded, but that's what it is. That's the unique it is. I just identified it. It's
like a chest piece.
It's a chest piece.
Solid armor looking, and it's like black.
No, not black. I'll just give you the fucking item.
I got like.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't get the prophecy to get it to its other. Fish on like.
They feeding a lion?
That people do all the time.
So we just got the line, which means we have to get that
Never made it.
I mean, according to all the stats we read and everything, that ain't bad. Because, like, 90% of the people don't make it to maps. They just don't do enough damage. I know. You're not even 1% of motherfuckers. I think 1% of motherfuckers would be like 10,000 people or some shit. You're maybe like a 0.01% of 1%.
Right.
Kind of makes you feel like you're nothing if you look at it that way, of how much of a percent you actually are of the percentage. Don't really bother me. What? Yeah, your plan with that trapper was, if I remember right, was to reserve everything and then reserve your life and then reserve your energy shield and just have a whole bunch of shit going off reserved, and then after you have nothing left to reserve, you were gonna run around and just not get hit. Like, it sounds like a you idea to me, you know?
I'm gonna get my shield defense too. Dodge, block.
Yeah. Like, you can't touch me, you know? I'm gonna block this and dodge that and evade this and dodge that and block this, and then I'm gonna blind your ass.
Right. See? Yeah. He's blinded and I can evade.
And then don't forget all my phasing. Said I only have 42 mechanics for personal defense. I have 1 for attack.
Hey, that's all I need.
It really is. Really, in this game, as far as I can see, you really only need 1 good attack that you've worked into. Everything else, some kind of defensive strategy. From what I've learned.
Shock mage, right? I'm sure you got units where you can shock as much as possible, right?
That was like the first character I ever made, but yeah.
So where's all the chance to shock at? I only literally see.
And I didn't do the chance to shock.
What?
I did it, but I didn't like maximize it through the tree. I used lightning damage through the tree. Anything lightning damage. And then what I did was I used elemental proliferation or whatever. And into no like 20% at level 1, and then through it levels up to I think like 30% or so. But through it levels. It's a gem.
I know the gem levels, but half the time on support gems, only certain things go up.
Like, well, no, the shock and shit doesn't level, but the duration levels, and the range, the radius of it levels. My bad. So it's 20% flat, guaranteed. But I had myself at like 60% or so, ish, and you really don't need more than 40. In my opinion, honestly, in my opinion, you really don't need more than 20.
Yeah, throw 5 traps. Each of those explode into.
Because my minions, my skeletal mages, they shock, ignite, and freeze all the fucking time. They only have a 25% chance to do any of those.
Right.
And like literally almost all the time they do it. So honestly, I don't even think you need to pick it from the tree. You just, get something that gives you that.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm using lightning trap. And if I can't shock with that, that's why I have lightning inspired trap.
Yeah.
Shock trap.
Yeah.
100% shock trap.
All of that. All that right there.
Dang. But wait.
Yeah, there is. I have items for you.
If I go up into lightning to the right, I can get another 15% chance of shot. And what I'm liking is effect of shock. It says 10 to 50% more damage, right? A shocked enemy. Now if I increase the effect, that means I go to 60% or higher, yeah.
You just got licked by a bear. What?
If I do shock effect, I can go higher than the 50% extra damage, right? Or is that a hard cap?
You have to do effect duration or something like that, or you have to increase the effect.
Shock effect of shock.
Yeah. It increases the thing up to 50% because you're guaranteed 10%, and it's a random chance on what you get past that. All right, depending on how much damage you deal.
I cannot go over 50%.
Yes, you cannot go over 50% extra damage with it, as far as I know.
Right up the butt.
50% extra damage, that's a lot of extra damage. But hey, I brought you stuff.
Are you here with me?
Yeah.
There's no way that crap just works like that. You know?
Said, oh, they're jumping me. Come around the corner with all my minions.
I threw it when those things dropped. It was like the second I hit the trap button. Didn't get that good.
I just scared the shit out of you. Like, oh shit, I'm getting jumped. And like, oh fuck.
Wait, there wasn't even a bad guy? You dropped those items yourself?
Yeah, those. I told you I had stuff for you. Dude, I just mind tripped you like fucking hard.
You know when you got the things up, you can see the background. Like,
That was almost as bad as when I fucking told my brother-in-law that he dropped his pocket and made him look for it.
except the fact you can't drop your pocket, and I've been attacked looking at these pages a bajillion times, so.
Oh, I said almost. You know, it was almost.
See, my shockness and skills.
Yeah, you go to the skill itself, and it'll tell you the chance to shock. I'd do it outside of town.
I don't want chance to shock. I want shock effect.
Oh, the effect of shock? Yeah.
So you know I fucked with that because over 50% was flat. Oh my god. Wait, if it says if it's more than 50%, then that's what it is, right?
Not sure. I really don't understand it. All I know is what? All I know is the ascendancies and all of that shit says you can have it goes or the effective shock goes from 10 from the wiki it said 10 to 50% extra damage, and you can increase the effect of if you increase the effect of shock, it increases how much that percentage goes by. So I don't know if it's like.
So it can go up to 81% per se?
Yeah, like I don't know how it works. Is like if it works like this, where you have a 10 to you deal shock and you deal 10 to 50% extra damage. But if let's say you have a 25% increase effective shock, then it would make it where you do 35% to 75% extra damage. I don't know if that's how it works or not. So, you know,
I have one extra projectile too.
Ooh. Everybody likes extra projectiles.
And they took Pierce, you know?
What do you
They
mean?
took one of the notables out of Pierce.
Mm.
So now on the tree, we can only get 2 Pierces.
It tastes like shit.
Good. So,
Yuck. Really tastes like shit. Ugh, no wonder you didn't drink this, love. Did he dump out that jar of pickles? Why is there no juice in it? Or pickles? Did... Because he's bringing me a pickle lid here. And there's an empty jar there. And I don't remember it being empty.
it is fucking done. Whoa. What the fuck? Just that. Have you ever taken Eldritch Battery?
No.
My shield isn't on my life anymore.
No, it's on your mana.
Yeah.
It says directly that it makes it protect your mana.
I just don't know how I feel about it.
That's why that's why I said Eldritch Battery is trash, in my personal opinion.
With the gizmo that I have, it might not be. We're about to find out. I need mom. Next level is mom.
Said I die all the time. Let me remove my energy shield completely.
Isn't that what you do?
Said if I have less health, I'm less of a threat, which means they'll hit me less.
Alright, now hold on now. All jokes aside, I can throw as many fucking traps as I want.
Okay, so it's a great way to use your mana. But you have Eldritch Battery now, right?
Yes, I do.
Please do me a favor. Reserve something, reserve your mana, and tell me if it comes from your mana still. Or if it comes from your energy shield.
The mana.
Yes, love?
You think I'm standing here not with reserve shit?
Hold on. What? Oh, I forgot to put it back. Whoops. Okay, so the reserves will still come from your mana? Well, that makes Eldritch Battery spectacular as long as you don't want energy shield.
But you still have energy shield. It's still a resource that
Yeah, but I mean, like,
like
if you're life based, you know, Eldritch Battery is great.
Yes. Oh yeah, if you were full on shield, no,
You would not want that. Does not work for CI builds. Got it.
take mom. Like that means I got 30% damage reduction kind of roughly. You know what?
What the fuck just killed me?
Templar, I'm making. Guardian thing is take from mana first, yes.
Maybe, yeah. But here's the other thing. If you're still able to reserve your mana and you just spend your energy shield as skills, if you have no mana, then that 30% will still come out of you.
No, it's gonna come from the shield first. You mean after they drop my shield and I have no mana? Yeah, then I'll be in trouble.
So you're telling me that 30% damage from Mom is gonna come from your shield?
From the shield, yes. It won't come from mana. Because the shield is on top of the mana now. It's literally on top of the mana. It moved from my life pool.
Really? Does it look cool?
It looks scary.
It looks scary.
It's like not having that shit over my life, dude.
Said, it looks scary. Like,
You wanna do some temple?
I could run a temple. Just let me finish this map.
Not a full temple. I'm still doing this thing. But
Yeah, let me
yeah,
let me finish this map up real quick, and I'll run that shit with you.
yeah, because I'm gonna take a look at this and see what we're looking at. Okay, I do not have a path to the boss. I do have the explosives room, tier 1.
Dude, you know you can get it set if you set it up right. You don't even need explosives, and you can get everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. You do it.
That's how my last temple was set up. I didn't even need an explosives room.
If you can kill and get little things and change your spots where you want, and then fucking open all doors, life's grand for you. Not everybody gets to do that.
Oh, I know not everybody gets to do that. I just had shit left.
Struggle's real.
First show. Like, I'm not saying, you know, oh, I'm a genius, look at me, I can run a temple every time, and it's like that. No, that's not me. I'm not one of those guys. What? Yeah, my minions tear shit to pieces, but shit tears me to pieces. I'm listening. What? Yeah. That's what they're doing. They're running because she fucking whoops them. That's what it is. Straight up. That's what's going on. Personal opinion. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother. I no longer have personal opinions. I have personal facts. Because it is a fact that that is my personal opinion. So it is a personal fact. That makes sense, right? Personal facts?
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
That's something that you prove.
Yeah, you can prove that my personal opinion is that. So it is a personal fact.
How would it prove your personal opinion? Any way, shape, or form.
Was my personal opinion?
Like, they'd have to ask you some shit.
Yeah, they'd have to ask me what my personal opinion was, which means that if I tell them... No, yeah, exactly. It is a fact that my personal opinion is this. So it's a personal fact. Maybe I'm wording it wrong. Babe, how do I word that?
I think you worded it right.
It's just completely wrong. Like, you worded it right, it's just... That's not how it works.
Because somebody else has to be able to prove it for it to be a fact.
Well, I could have two people. You could have, yeah, somebody else could prove that. They could walk up to me and ask me my opinion, and that would make it a fact. That my opinion is this. I could, but it's my opinion. Why would I lie about that? It's what I believe. I'm not gonna lie about what I believe.
Joke out of it just for fucking name.
If I want to get a joke out of...
Whatever reason you might want to lie.
If I want to get a joke out of somebody, I'm gonna tell them that the refrigerator's running. They better catch it, or be like, hey, you know what they call a fake noodle? An impasta. Oh, I'm gonna say some stupid corny shit. Like, I'm not gonna lie about my opinion and just get some kicks out of it, and later on be like, no, I never said that.
Okay.
You're just gonna go with it, like, okay, you can't argue with a brick wall. Like, I get where you're coming from, like, it makes sense and it doesn't make sense at the same time. What is that? I've never seen that symbol above a guy before.
Did you find something cool?
I'm in a monolith, and I never seen this specific symbol before.
Your monolith? Wait, what's a monolith?
Timeless monolith.
Okay, alright, I'm with you.
Have not seen this symbol before, ever, above this, but there's a symbol above this guy.
That sounds very interesting.
And it almost looks like a completed thing to do a thing with the guys. You know what I mean?
Holy dogs. Yeah, you're in a monolith in a map?
Yeah, in a map. Tier 8 map, monolith. And there was a symbol over a guy that...
Did you get him?
Well, I died, but I haven't got him yet. I mean, I unlocked him, so I just have to go back there and kill him.
Kick his ass, see that?
I'm working on it. I can't take damage. I can deal it, but I can't take it.
Right.
So,
I need to open top left. Kill the change.
Look. It's fucking disgusting.
Chamber, strong boxes or splinters?
Splinters are worth more.
Breach splinters.
Yeah, they're worth more.
And top left. I don't know if I can open.
Get away from me! What the fuck? I hate people that can just poof on you.
Right.
Fucking A, man.
There's the door. Locker. Get the door locker. Move your ass. Run, motherfucker, run. I'm not gonna get the general.
Smack him. Give him a mushroom stamp. Say, look. This is your place. This is how it works. Lagola. I like lagging. Just kidding.
I got the door.
Aww. I thought you were waiting for me.
You can't leave the monolith?
Yeah, but all I have to do is do the monolith and then go kill the boss. Like I'm almost
Path open to the boss.
I'm almost done.
Okay, I got one more in this area.
Okay.
Plus, you gotta test your character, man.
Yeah, but we already know what your character can do. It throws traps.
And what he can't.
Oh, we don't know what he can't do. Besides take damage.
Pretty much. Like, kill. Oh, he can't do that, and he can't kill. Like within 6-second window.
Whoa, hey, Mr. Guys that are huge and do lots of damage.
I'm doing a chapter guy, or like the
Ah.
right? Because it's all this other bullshit. Why don't I just take something that can cast itself?
Well, remember we were doing that, and then we decided to figure out ways to deal massive amounts of damage without actually doing it ourselves.
Wait, but like, the second you change it to a trap or a totem, you lose like 30-40% right off the top.
Yeah, but the reason for totem casting is so that way you can cast it yourself and cast it from a totem.
Okay.
So that way you can cast it more. Like your arc totems. You casted arc yourself, but you had your totems also casting it.
Right.
So that way you can amplify how much arc you did. That's the point.
And I guess the trap in mine is so because you can't cast the same spell 5 times at the same time.
Yeah. Exactamundo. Go get 'em, skeletons. What the fuck is killing me?
Reflect physical damage.
I don't deal damage myself. It can't be reflect. I'm not allowed to take reflect because I don't deal damage myself.
I guess June hasn't spoken to me yet. So, I guess he hasn't replied yet.
Like, I'm standing in the middle of my fucking creatures, like off to the side, where, and the creature I'm trying to killing is on the other side of all my creatures. Nothing hits through my creatures. Nothing jumps over my creatures. No AoE. Just all of a sudden I explode and die.
What about the floor?
What about the floor?
He's not one of those spike guy users, or
Okay, thanks. Nice to know that I'm getting pissed over something that I already knew about. It's wonderful. You know what I don't like? When you're throwing your traps and you die, your traps still do damage to people after you're dead.
yes.
My minions do not. So if I cast Ball Summon Skeletons, they attack and whatnot, but they don't do damage. No damage at all.
That seems like the damage is tied into you. My traps do their damage because they're not tied into me. Once the trap is thrown and set, me and it got nothing to do with each other.
Yeah,
Like, I don't-
but they are considered their own damage source.
Yeah.
So,
Completely.
what the fuck?
Oh, you're saying they're summoned to their own damage.
Yeah, but yet if I am dead, they do not deal damage at all.
You're a necromancer. If you die, your minions pretty much are useless.
I guess.
It's kind of like a thing in like all of our RPGs. Like technically, they should all fall down dead, and you have to respawn everything.
They should, but they don't.
Right. So they're probably just letting them stay there, so you know, what is that called? Quality of life thing, so you don't have to constantly every time you die or some shit.
I know I'm lagging like a son of a bitch.
Especially like your specters. It's like you went and got a special specter. That did. Fuck.
Oh, I figured out what that symbol was.
What is it?
It's a fossil. Yeah, you want it?
Get fossils. Yeah,
Cool.
some fossils are amazing.
You can take it off my tab.
Sure.
I don't know how much fossils are worth, but
I do not know either. Sometimes they're more. I guess
it
like
depends
how
on
many
what's on
fossils
it.
are on the thing.
Yeah.
Are on the market. If there's a whole shit ton in there, then they're not that much. But there's only a couple that I think is quite.
La da 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 da. You're not doing the monolith up in this bitch?
I am.
There's a monolith all the way the fuck back here, but you're all the way the fuck over here.
Well, you were like, you need a little bit of time to be done, so I was just like, well,
Oh, you were waiting for me.
you see, I feel like
You don't clear. Stand still.
stronger and weaker at the same time.
There you go.
That sounds good. No physical modifiers. I like that. More lightning modifiers.
So,
I do lightning damage. Guess what I don't do?
physical?
Melee physical damage.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking puzzle.
Cool. So, does that mean it's worth more?
To one specific person.
Well, I'm only worried about one specific person thinking it's worth more, so. Nah, I don't care. As long as you're not bugging about shit, then I'm not bugging about it.
I'm talking about some food. Monolith.
Yeah.
I can attack food. Where I had to like restrict myself. I like that. But I have no shield. So I don't know, dude. I don't know if I'm better or worse at this point. I think one level from now I'll be better all around. You have to be able to do attack. I'm better off. I got a Karui chest with a ghastly eye in it.
I got a couple of splinters. Got 2 splitters. And some kind of mace.
We need to sell the splinters for gas orbs and buy the witchy jiggers.
Yeah. Just need one of each. I want to run that 5-man.
I think we have to complete the 5-man so then you're and you know the great thing about that is like next Legion, it won't fucking matter if we do it or not.
No. It won't.
But in standard, it'll be really good.
Oh, yeah.
Go to bed. Will it transfer to standard?
All the stuff we have.
The recipes didn't transfer to standard.
Nope.
So why is that going to transfer?
Why is what?
The live man.
Because that's not a... That's not a fucking recipe, dude.
Why don't the recipes?
It's... I don't know why they don't transfer, but I know that that's not a recipe. That's more of a, like, a map. Those 5-man armies and whatnot that going into, that's a map. That's set up like the breach. So of course it's gonna be there. As long as it gets cored, which I almost can guarantee it's gonna be cored with how much of a big change that it made to the game.
Even if Legion doesn't get bored, the opening up of the 5th place on the map, I don't think would be effective.
No, it would.
Challenge they gave it.
It would be taken off. Just for the simple fact that Legion is where it came from and it's no longer there.
Right, but So penalize the asshole who didn't get it done.
It's not fair, and they're all about fairness. To the players who did complete it.
Isn't fair to me who did complete it.
They'd rather be fair to the people, to the majority than the minority. The minority are not going to complete it. The majority will not complete it. The minority will.
You know, one of the guys is saying with all these changes, like, you see a lot more damage and this and that coming out, right?
Uh-huh.
He thinks that stuff like maps and all the end-game content will not be difficult to get to.
Maybe that's their goal. To make it where it isn't just 5% of the people who beat the Elder and Shaper. And it isn't just 15 to 20% of the people who actually make it to maps.
Okay. So where is the pride of ownership?
The pride of ownership is if you have, put it this way, all right? They need to make money, right?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
All right. So if their game is so hard that the majority of people cannot make it to the end game content, they're not going to make as much money because those people will get discouraged from playing. Because of the fact they can't do it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So, if they make it where they can do it, there's not a problem. Because they'll make more money, because more people will be like, oh, look at me, I'm a badass. I'm going to buy these cosmetics.
So they need a normal, generalized end game that these fucking fancy bitches can get to. And they need another thing that's super fucking hard.
Well,
Why am I working my ass off learning things about this game and mechanics and shit when, like, everyone else is going to do it?
because you want to be able to do it better. Because most people don't spend 8 to 40 hours on this game a week.
Exactly my point.
That's why.
There should be content that I can get to that others can't.
Should be. Yes. But
In fact, one of the main fucking reasons that I got this game as much as I did.
was because of the fact that the majority of people can't get there.
Temple, yeah. Yeah. Like, when you're all like 90% people don't know where. That's my fucking game, obviously.
Yeah.
I have to, sell some shit. But wait, does this place even drop things?
I don't know.
But yeah, when other people can't do it, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Not other people aren't doing this, or other people don't like this.
Well, that's why I said when I told Zach, he's like, "Oh, you want to play this or that with me?" That's why I told him, said, "Look, no, I'm going to be a god in this game. I'm going to do things that the majority of the populace who play the game can't fucking do, and I'm going to do it with things that I like to use."
Right. And this game's like the only game in the entire world that lets you do it that way.
Yeah. I wouldn't say the entire world, but it is one of the only games I've ever found that says, hey, if you can do it, you can do it. If you can't do it, then you're just not doing it right. And that's pretty much how they are. If you can get there, and you can get there while doing what you like doing, you can do it. If you can't get there, but you're doing what you're doing wrong. Maybe not necessarily wrong, but, you know, they have prided themselves in believing that any skill, any attack, anything in this game, if you do it enough and put enough work into it, can bring you to endgame. And is viable.
That being said, when they nerf something, why do they completely fucking gut it then? Instead of just trying to bring it down and roll with other shit.
because that's the only way you can nerf something in a game like this. In a game where you can buff anything, if you can in a game like where you can buff anything any way you want, depending on how the player thinks. All right, you can't just take a little bit off it and say that'll fix it, because other people will find a way around that. So you have to gut it. Yeah, a little bit each season, and then eventually it's gutted anyway. Because its original thing was, I can do 1 million of this. Now it's, I can do 100,000 of it. That's gutting it. Don't care how you look at it. So you might as well just get it done and over with. You know, I mean, are you going to want somebody, let's say you get an infection in your leg and it needs to be removed. Are you going to want somebody to take a butter knife to it and slowly cut it off? Or are you going to want somebody to take a machete to it that's sharp as a tack and just fucking straight lop it off and say done is done?
I'm fucking back the fuck up off trying to take my leg.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know, if you can't remove a virus or an infection and you have to amputate, you're going to want it done quickly. You're not going to want it, you know, slowly. Oh, well, we'll take the toe off, and then next week we'll schedule you for this toe. Jason, stop. You know, and then after that, you know, we'll take you off at the ankle, and, you know, a month from now, maybe we'll get up to the kneecap. Yeah, what, buddy? I'm not putting Blippi on. Blippi is not getting played.
Oh, yeah.
You got socks on? Go show your uncle. Yeah, he's wearing his uncle's socks. But I'm just saying that, you know, majority of people, if you have something that's going to cause you to die and your only way to live is to cut it off, that they're not going to want you to cut it off slowly and pick and gnaw at it. They're going to want you to just fucking get it done.
Really? What about cancer?
Well, that doesn't work like that. But, like, if you got bit by a zombie, the only way to fix it was to, like, cut off the limb that got bit so you didn't turn into a zombie. You're going to want them to cut it off right quick so you don't turn into a fucking zombie.
We're talking about cutting a limb off. Alright, hold on. Maybe I want to be a zombie now.
Mark, is that you?
I'm kind of attached to my limbs.
Yo, come here, guys.
For really, dude?
Where?
Right.
Where, bro?
I'm just saying. You know.
I hear what you're saying. You want to get it done, but like, it's just about one.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like I said before, they favor the majority over the minority. If the majority says this is too strong, and the minority says it's not strong enough, then they're going to consider it too strong.
Like, that's a lot of things in this.
Yeah. And, like, honestly, I'd rather them to take it off in a chunk like that and just gut it than pick and gnaw at it, because then I don't have to sit there and use one weapon, let's say, you know, that gets nerfed over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, where it goes from this was God to this is crap, and let's say I spent $20 on that shit, like Warframe. Man, I played Warframe and that's what they do. Oh, these people say that it's too powerful. Let's gut it. So they take a little bit off it. Oh, they say it's still too powerful. So they take a little bit off it. And a little bit off it. And you just slowly watch your badass weapon you made be completely useless. Because some dumb fuck doesn't realize that experience is shared in the game. And it does not matter if you get less kills. Because that's why I stopped playing Warframe right there. Because people don't know how to keep their mouths shut and enjoy the free experience that other players give them. They say, oh, that's just too overpowered. Because I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to build a build like that that makes it where I'm uber OP God. No. So let's nerf it and ruin it for the people who can do it. But let's not just ruin it. Let's slowly trickle the life out of it so that way they have to watch it die slowly. I'd rather them just decapitate it.
That's what they do.
They're actually going back to the cornfield to look for the car. Alright, I'll be right there. We'll be there.
I'm thinking about dropping some of my trap damage for it's gonna blow up on something further away from it.
Love you guys. God is good. And,
Yeah, that would be a better idea.
beautiful.
Yeah, if they don't go off, well, they don't damage.
Yeah.
And I think the actual damage part's not that bad.
Oh wait, that's our hotline. Let's put him through. Who's calling?
God damn Blippy.
I need 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh hey, I was just writing down the answer to life. I'll teach you about
That's
that later.
a lot.
But for now, I'm gonna teach you about
4 nodes of
tractors.
damage.
Oh, let's first start with the tractor
I'm gonna feel
song,
that.
and then I'll show you how to draw a tractor.
His headphones don't go loud enough. I can still hear him.
Right.
Oh my god.
Because I did this with Ascended and this guy, I'm like completely discombobulated when I'm looking at the tree. I knew the bitch was like over here and did this shit. Like, he's over here and did that shit. I don't like it.
I don't know. Thinking about taking a break from this shit. Might go play some Warface. Did you ever download that?
No, remember I put your best out.
Oh yeah, that